today I'm going to make you a creamy corn and potato pie. I already have some of the corn and the cream cheese pulsed together into the food processor. So I'm just going to put this in this dish. And to that I'm going to add the rest of the corn, which is about a cup and a half. It's a full can for both, but I use half of it in the food processor with the cream cheese to make it kind of creamy. And then to that I'm going to add the pre-cooked potatoes that I've diced and par-cooked in water. I'm going to stir this together. And I had pre-cooked bacon, and I'm going to add that. Okay, so now that I added the bacon, I'm going to stir that all together. And I already pre-made the crust. So I have the crust pre-made, and I just put it in the pie crust. And all you do is basically pour the mix into the bottom of the crust. It is so creamy and good. First I have the mixture, and I'm going to, what my grandmother used to always say is put a lid on it. So I have a top for it, which is this another pie crust made. And then I'm going to cut this thick. And I leave a little bit extra so that I can make a nice edging on it. You can do whatever you like, whatever is easy for you. I also use fresh corn. My family has a garden every year, and we husk and clean the corn and freeze it for times when we don't have the fresh corn. Right now, this time of year, corn's not so good in my area, but if it's good in your area, that's great. Use the fresh corn off the cob. It makes this pie so much sweeter. Just whatever works for you. So I have it cut, and then I just take 2 fingers and 1 finger, and you just push them together to make a toast. And then that makes a little edging. And my grandmother taught me that when I was growing up. So you just glue the edging. And then you have a lid. I'm going to bake this in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes. So in my pie crust for my corn pie that I made, instead of just using a basic pie crust, I decided to use a cream cheese pie crust. So what I do is I actually use 3/4 as the recommended, what I normally would use, butter, and the other quarter I just use cut up cubed cream cheese. In the food processor, 3½ cups of flour to 2 eggs, 1/4 cup of water, and then swap out of the cream cheese. So I have the pie out of the oven, and we're going to serve it like this. Get a big piece out. Oh, it's so creamy. Oh, so good. So when I was a kid, we topped it with warm milk and butter. I have a little bit of salt in here and freshly ground black pepper. And pour it on the top. And then a little bit of parsley for color. It's a family tradition of mine, and I know it'll be one